Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick time out and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for college basketball here on a Saturday. And once again, hopefully you guys are having a great start to your weekend. Hopefully you're not too hungover. If you are, go ahead and crush some of those Thanksgiving leftovers. That'll make you feel real good. But anyway, before we dive into some more free content, guys, we're 3-0 in our last 3 daily best plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And if you want access to our daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. We also went 3-0 in our last 3 extra daily picks on that site as well. And access to the extra daily pick costs just $2.99. Now you might be wondering, why would you sign up for picks on Patreon where you can get them for free right here on YouTube? And that's certainly a great thought, a great consideration. But I'll tell you this much, if you were to go out there and bet every single game that's on the board, side and total, like I do here with my breakdowns on YouTube, it's certainly not a winning formula for success. You just don't want to go out there throwing darts, betting every single game on the board, side and total. And as a matter of fact, if you end up doing that, it's a recipe for disaster. The books are way too smart. They're way too sharp with the numbers. The odds become massively more against you the more and more games you play like that. And to be honest with you, the bookies have just so much more money than you and I do combined to be able to absorb that type of action. You're certainly no threat betting every single game on the board to them. So what I do on Patreon is I break it down and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day, sometimes more, sometimes a little less. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, guys, I'm having a lot more success betting on games that way versus wagering on every single game on the slate, side, and total. Now, guys, we currently have over 775 members signed up and active on that site. There's a lot of people that are on my Patreon site. I appreciate each and every one of them, but it's not just some small rinky-dink site. This is a big operation. We got a lot of people signed up, and if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, guys, we're going to take a look at Loyola Marymount squaring off against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, 6 p.m. Eastern tip-off. Minnesota's the 14-point favorite. Total's 144.5. Now, we are seeing early action on Loyola and the under in this one. It was actually a 0.5 point fade of Minnesota and a 1.5 point move toward the under. So once again, the Gophers opened 14.5 down to 14. Total open 146 down to 144 and a hook. Now, the Golden Gophers are the $16 favorite on the money line. So if you like them straight up, might want to include that in a multi-leg parlay. But anyway, Minnesota put up 99 big points in their opener against Green Bay, Wisconsin. They took care of Green Bay by 30 points in that one, easily covering the 19-point spread in that game. Marcus Carr scored 35 in that ball game, 7 rebounds and 5 assists for the junior. Marcus shot 55% from the field, and he hit 4 shots from beyond the arc in that game. Junior guard Gabe Kalster also scored 17 points in the opener himself, a couple of steals and a block for Gabe. And junior guard both Gotch scored 14 along with 5 boards and 4 assists. Gotch was 6 for 6 from the stripe in that game. Now, Minnesota's taking on a Loyola squad who failed to cover the number in their opener themselves. They gave up 83 points to Southern Utah in that ball game. Now, that contest also got 24 points above the posted total. Meanwhile, the Golden Gophers, on the other side of things, they saw their last ball game get 25 points above the posted total for that contest themselves. So with all that said and done, pretty chalky lean here. I'm going to lean toward the Minnesota Golden Gophers minus 14 in the over 144.5 in that game. All right, next matchup I have for you, it is going to be North Texas squaring off against Arkansas, and that's going to be a 6 p.m. Eastern start time in that matchup. The Razorbacks are minus 8 with a total at 144.5. Now we're seeing early action on the North Texas Mean Green, as well as heavy movement toward the under in this one. We saw a 0.5 point move toward North Texas and a 3.5 point move downward on the total. So once again, Arkansas opened 8.5 down to 8. Total opened 148 down to 144 and a hook. The Razor